Thank you so very much. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you so very much to all of our trailblazers for joining us here today, carving out time out of your busy, busy schedule. So, welcome to next slide. Welcome to Marketing Cloud Onto the Next Frontier. My name is Gilda Hilaire. I'm Senior Director of Marketing Evangelism at Salesforce, and I'm super excited about this series. For the next couple of weeks, we have an amazing, amazing lineup of leaders within our community that is going to dive deep into what is the future of Marketing Cloud. So you're going to hear tips, best practices. They're going to peel back the onion so that when you leave, you feel a little bit more confident about what all of this means. So, with that being said, next slide. Today's session is really focused on getting oriented in the Salesforce ecosystem. So we have an amazing lineup of speakers that is going to first start off giving you a little bit of history of how did we get there. Then they're going to dig deep into what some of the features and functionalities. And then most importantly, we're going to wrap it all up with learning about all the amazing resources and all the amazing community that's out there so that you don't feel alone as you start learning about Marketing Cloud and what the future of Marketing Cloud all means. Next slide. So once again, I just want to thank all of you for being here, being a part of this community, and for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. And with that being said, I'm going to hand it back to you. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gilda, for the great introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Pato Sapir. I'm one of the persons that help organize this series of sessions. Today's our kickoff, so I'm super excited to welcome you all. We have to kick things off for this first session. We have a great agenda. I'm also going to be the slides driver, so bear with me as I click the next slide and whatnot. That's always a big responsibility. So for today, we're gonna try to spend the hour, if we can, just really doing an introduction of what this series is about. What should you expect from these sessions? We have 9 sessions scheduled or in the roadmap, but the hope is to continue to add a few more. We're gonna have Greg Gifford talk to us about how we got here, how we get to the next generation of what I call the next generation of Marketing Cloud, and what is Marketing Cloud Next. Marketing Cloud Next that was announced at Connections this year. What does it mean, and why does it matter to you? And then when I have Amanda try to help us orient ourselves a little bit in this massive and amazing Salesforce ecosystem. I know sometimes it could be overwhelming, but we have resources I want to share how, depending on where you are in your journey, how you can kind of get oriented throughout the ecosystem. And then Jenna is gonna also talk to us some resources, and just talk through like how we can navigate these great changes that are happening in within the Salesforce ecosystem. So a little bit about this series, why we came up with this series on Marketing Cloud onto the next frontier. Since the announcement, I think since the announcement of really Agentforce at Dreamforce of last year, and then the new upcoming Salesforce Marketing Cloud Growth and Advance, there has been a lot of information and advancements in the technology, but as we know, technology advances at a pace that is way faster than how we can learn or catch up, and that could be, you know, that could be sometimes a little bit overwhelming, but that doesn't mean that it's not exciting. And this is what this series is about: is to get people confident that there are a lot of resources out there that you can learn about this next generation of marketing cloud products. And then try to orient yourself as depending on where you are in your journey, whether if you are a seasoned marketing cloud engagement admin, you are just getting started, or you are using marketing cloud account engagement. What does it mean to use the next generation of marketing products? How can you orient yourself within the Salesforce marketing cloud ecosystem? And most importantly, that marketing cloud, we're going to talk a little about marketing cloud advanced, marketing cloud growth, but there is a lot of foundational knowledge that you might require, that it will suit you very well to be a next generation marketer. So this series talks through on each of the sessions is what is that foundational knowledge that you should be thinking about acquiring or sharpening to position yourself better for success for the future. So again, whether you are just starting, you're a marketer who are just starting to get familiarized with marketing cloud. Maybe you are setting up marketing cloud account engagement, and then you hear about marketing cloud growth, and you're like, hey, wait a minute, what should I be doing? And you need help getting like oriented in the ecosystem, or you've been here for a while, like myself, or like Jenna, or people that are gonna present. Marketers that have a lot of experience in the current marketing cloud. Maybe the first few marketing cloud products. I need guidance of, okay, what are the skills that I should be like acquiring or taking or considering to be using this next generation of tools. So when we were thinking how we can bring this series together, it doesn't happen easily, and it's not just one person that can think, hey, I'm gonna put a series of events together. So we 3 different groups came together to put this content, as well as all the speakers that are going to be presenting on the next sessions. So the Trailblazer community, I and Tom Clyde, who's in the call, we run the Cleveland Marketers Trailblazer community group. The Cleveland community group is a small community, but we try to get together on site, and we also do a lot of more events online. How to SFMC, for those who don't know, is a great community led by, founded by Greg and Jenna, led by, Amanda as well, and it has a ton of resources, and it's also a really great place to ask questions and talk with other marketers, And then obviously, without the support of Salesforce, without the support of Gilda, this wouldn't come to reality, and that's the truth, like Gilda and her team are always supporting us, to make sure that we have the best content, to make sure that we're making everyone aware that this exists. And that sometimes is the hardest part, is just making aware that there is a lot of content about this new set of technology already, and that we need to make people aware. So with that, just who is going to be presenting today? Gilda has introduced herself. She's amazing, obviously. I'm a founder and a digital consultant at Devs United. I've been working with Salesforce Marketing Cloud since 2012, and I'm a MVP and marketing champion. My name is Pato Sapir, just in case. I don't know, Amanda, if you want to say hello.
Hello. I'm Amanda Turner. I'm a Salesforce marketing champion, working at Solm right now as a principal solutions architect. I primarily work with marketing cloud engagement as we know it today. And I've been on that platform for close to 13 years, but who's counting? Jenna?
Got to find the mute button. Hi, I'm Jenna Matson. I've been working in Marketing Cloud for eons now, since the ET years, just like the rest of the team here. So we're kind of on the dinosaur end of things, but we're also very excited about what's happening with this next umbrella of products that we're going to be discussing here in a few minutes. So lots of exciting new things coming along and lots of great tools to enable you. Greg?
Hey, so I've been in the industry about 16 years, or I'm sorry, in the platform 16 years, probably 20 years in the industry. I'm very old, as you can tell by the gray in my beard and the lack of hair. Been around a bit too long. I am a Salesforce MVP Hall of Fame marketing champion. I wrote a book, Automating Salesforce Marketing Cloud, a couple of years ago. As Jenna and Pato were saying, founded together with How to SFMC, and currently Senior Director of Salesforce Enablement at Merkle. But yeah, that's a quick rundown from me in a nutshell.
Awesome. Thank you. Great. Okay, so I see some questions on the chat already, and I'm glad I have this next slide because I think it's going to answer a lot of these questions. Well, before that, sessions, right? So today's a kickoff. We're going to share some content. Just think about this. It's like getting yourself ready, and getting ready for the next sessions are coming. The following sessions are going to be in a specific deeper dives to specific contents, and we're going to have a session each week, and we're going to have a little bit of a break for the week of Dreamforce. So we have amazing speakers. One of the things that we were looking when we were looking for speakers who are people that have experience on the platform and in the industry. So you'll see these sessions, the session links. I think someone sharing them on the chat as well. So a couple of FAQs. Will this session and the feature sessions be recorded? Yes. There is a YouTube channel, Next Frontier Marketer. There is recordings from the Cleveland, the community group, someone meeting, someone not. And I'm going to be uploading the recording of this session in a playlist, and all the sessions in the future are going to be uploaded there. Any questions during the session, please post it on the chat window. We're going to do our best to answer them throughout, and then at the end, we're going to have room for other Q&A, that we'll be able to look at them and answer. There is a Slack channel. The howtosfmc.com site has a form that you can submit to join the Slack community, and you can connect with other marketers and talk about this further. And then there is a link here. I'm going to post on LinkedIn. You'll see it also. Like if you join the event, you're going to receive an email after the event that's going to have all this information, the link to the deck, this deck, the link to the recording. Everything is going to be in that email. So because you joined through the baby platform, I'll be able to email you and you'll get all the resources. But I will also post it on LinkedIn. Everyone else is going to post on their social networks as well. So you'll get the deck and the recording. Don't worry about it. So with that intro, I want to give the mic to Greg. That's going to walk us through the evolution of marketing and what is Marketing Cloud next.
All right. So I wanted to start out with a quote. So as Michael Connolly said, through studying the past, we learn our future. So with these words of wisdom, we're going to start our exploration into what is next for Marketing Cloud by first diving into the past. I mean, can you believe it all began like over 23 years ago, right around 2001 when ExactTarget was founded? I don't know about you all, but that made me feel very old. But did you know that what is now considered Marketing Cloud was once 7 different companies that merged together over time? These companies ranged in focus from e-commerce and data all the way to social media and messaging. each one being a very prevalent brand in their own community and had multiple users. Although these 7 are the main players in the initial founding of the tool, there have been many more over the years that have merged into Marketing Cloud, even specialized companies like Rebel Mail, which added the interactive email capabilities in the Content Builder. As we all know, the 2 big names shown here in relation to Marketing Cloud are ExactTarget, which became the original Marketing Cloud, and Pardot, which became Salesforce Pardot, each of which had acquisitions of their own before being bought by Salesforce. Whether it was Pardot, ExactTarget, or Salesforce that purchased these companies, they each became an integral part of the platform. For example, iGo Digital still has some API endpoints that exist in certain areas like Einstein Recommendation or other places. Alas, though, some of these companies became products that were sunset over time and no longer have a major impact on today's Marketing Cloud, like Radian6 and Buddy Media, who both made up Social Studio, which Salesforce sunset at a year or maybe more. I'm terrible with dates ago. So, well, there's also others that just got absorbed directly into the product itself. For quite a while, what was formerly ExactTarget was branded solely as Marketing Cloud, with Pardot being related but completely separate tool branded as Salesforce Pardot. There was also a bunch of nicknames, rebrands, and renames on Evergage, which is now Marketing Cloud Personalization. But surprisingly, even though it was around a bit longer, Datorama remained pretty steady with its naming, which is now Marketing Cloud Intelligence. And then everything kind of settled into the new Marketing Cloud umbrella era. So now that we've gotten the prequel and learned about the distance past, let's take a look at the Marketing Cloud umbrella in early 2022, which is about 3 years ago. The Marketing Cloud umbrella was a grouping of different products that all worked within the marketing realm and were related or worked well in tandem. Although each was still a separate product requiring integration to work together, they were strong individually, but even stronger together. To make this happen, it required Salesforce to implement multiple changes to each of the current well-known and highly successful tools. This included instilling an obvious naming convention on each tool to replace the current product names to show they are a marketing suite for Salesforce. This rebranding changed the following. Marketing Cloud, which was ExactTarget, changed to Marketing Cloud Engagement. This was because Marketing Cloud had become an umbrella term and not a tool, so they had to add a new name to it. Salesforce Pardot changed to Marketing Cloud Account Engagement, which adding the account to the name was done to help differentiate the strengths of Pardot versus engagement. Interaction Studio changed to Marketing Cloud Personalization. Since the goal of Interaction Studio was hyper-personalization, this was made into the name. Datorama changed to Marketing Cloud Intelligence. Again, Datorama was focused on data and customer intelligence, which is where they got the name. And then Salesforce CDP changed to Marketing Cloud CDP. This was to show the focus on marketing that CDP had at the time, which was almost exclusively used for marketing then. But this renaming was actually the beginning of that whole joke that goes around about how Salesforce changes product names every month. The best example of how this joke came to be was when very shortly, within a few months after CDP changed to Marketing Cloud, CDP was renamed to Genie. Then, after the huge release of Genie and the campaign on this name change, it changed again within a few months now into the next year, where it was renamed to Data Cloud, which thankfully seems to be the final state for this product. Now, this rebranding and renaming was a wildly unpopular move on Salesforce's part, as it completely removed multiple very powerful brand names and caused great strife in communities and groups set up around those products. But that does not mean it was a mistake or a dumb move by Salesforce, though, as the idea behind it appeared to be successful to a degree. The main focus of the move was to streamline its portfolio and align the name of its products and the language and business needs of marketers to make it easier to find and understand. This success is most especially apparent in the focus toward platform unification. The rebranding, though, was just the first step toward the unified platform vision that Salesforce has had for Marketing Cloud for many years now, though. This culminates even further with Marketing Cloud on Core and Marketing Cloud Next. Now, you may ask, what exactly is next for Marketing Cloud? Well, let's dig in and take a look. All right, so the next step in Marketing Cloud is aptly titled Marketing Cloud Next. Marketing Cloud Next is focused on the products that sit on the core platform and live on top of Data Cloud. These products have been created over the past couple of years to not just mimic or replicate the capabilities and offerings of the current Marketing Cloud umbrella products, but to actually grow and expand and prepare for the future or the next step in marketing platform needs. These products are built on top of Core and Data Cloud, and they're done so to optimize AI enablement across the platform. With AI being the future of not just marketing, but technology and business in general, this can be a game changer on how valuable the platform can be. Not only was Marketing Cloud Next built with AI in mind, but it also unified all the products into a single place, a unified platform, like they have been trying to do for years. This makes integration and collaboration much easier, almost seamless in the suite, as well as it being fully integrated into Sales and Service Cloud to further collaborate and integrate between departments and organizations. Although Marketing Cloud Next is most definitely the future of Marketing Cloud, the other cloud products are not going anywhere in the near future. Each one still has a vibrant and engaged community, as well as avid users that fully appreciate the specialized capabilities and tools that each one has. Although we likely will see limited innovation on them, as they are not the focus, those tools are still very viable and valuable. One might then ask, can you give me more details on what exactly is Marketing Cloud Next? And I would say sure, once we get to the next slide. Marketing Cloud Next is not a specific product nor SKU. This is something very important. A lot of people are thinking it's a new tool. It is not. It is an umbrella term. So it's not something like Marketing Cloud Engagement or Salesforce Personalization. It's more of the sequel to the existing Marketing Cloud umbrella. So think of it as if Marketing Cloud were the first phase of the MCU, which is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So what that is it's the entire library of Marvel movies since like Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr. was first released. This then was broken out into different phases, and each phase was an overarching story and were told across multiple movies. So Marketing Cloud Next would then be phase 2 of the MCU, essentially meaning that each product is like a Marvel movie with its own purpose, branding, and story, which can be enjoyed individually, but each product is also a part of the larger story or objective that is covered by the umbrella term, for instance, in this case, phase 1 or phase 2, or Marketing Cloud or Marketing Cloud Next. So essentially what I mean is Marketing Cloud Next is just a name for the future of Marketing Cloud. It is not a tangible product. To that extent, a person can be an expert in Marketing Cloud Advanced and Growth or Data Cloud, but they can't really necessarily be an expert in Marketing Cloud Next. Unless, of course, there's some demigod who has mastered every single product in the suite, which honestly is more knowledge and skills than any single person can feasibly handle without spillage. But a team or a company can be Marketing Cloud Next experts, as similar inside of the umbrella term. Each team would have individuals inside of it that would be experts in the tools, and they would work together, sharing that expertise to be experts there. But to give an example of the different products inside of it, Marketing Cloud Next is made up of Data Cloud, which feeds each tool, Agent Force, which is to power the future of the platform with AI, Marketing Cloud Advanced and Growth, which is Marketing Cloud on Core, and it's focused on optimization and efficiency of marketing, And a big note is it is not a replica or necessarily replacement for Pardot or Exact Target. It's a new approach. There's Salesforce personalization, which is a tool similar to Marketing Cloud personalization, but powered and run through Core and Data Cloud. And similarly, Marketing Intelligence is like Marketing Cloud Intelligence, but powered by Core and Data Cloud. Then, of course, there's the Sales and Service Cloud objects and capabilities like campaigns. There's setup. There's a lot of the user permissions and all of that kind of stuff that's tied into it. And then a ton more. So these products that make up Marketing Cloud are not designed to replace the original Marketing Cloud products, though. And I know I've said this a bunch of times, but it's something I feel is very important, is this is not going to make those products legacy products anytime in the near future. That those products are extremely valuable and viable and definitely worth keeping an investment or investing further in. These are instead a new unified offering that can be either utilized as a plug and play resource on existing Salesforce enterprises, or it can also be a standalone product to a degree if you do not want to use the CRM aspects. In fact, there's even a strong solution to help those currently on the original Marketing Cloud products transition into the next steps via the Marketing Cloud Plus SKUs. These allow you to utilize the original as well as the next step in tandem with interaction and integration to help you build the future without affecting your current state marketing. So now we ask, why would I want to purchase or transition to Marketing Cloud next? All right, and my computer just froze, so give me a second. I apologize. There we go. Oh, I'm back. All right, Marketing Cloud Next is the future of Salesforce marketing capabilities. It offers many things that you cannot get natively or easily from the existing platforms. A huge focus and selling point of Marketing Cloud Next is on Agentforce and AI in general. AI is the future of many areas, and marketing is certainly one of them. So, by utilizing a platform that is built with AI in mind and optimized for its usage, is a great way to set yourself up for the future. For example, here are some Agentforce templated capabilities that come with Next. Now, some have general audience releases planned for October or Dreamforce, so they're not necessarily available right this second, but will be very shortly. So there's the campaign creation capability where you can use an agent to build out your campaigns instead of having to manually build it out. There's personalization decisioning, web curation, paid media optimization, as well as loyalty promotion creation. And now each of those, as I'm sure you've noticed as I've listed out, actually sit in different tools. So it's not just all in Marketing Cloud Advanced. This exists across personalization, intelligence, and even the loyalty cloud in that last one. So this focus on AI is just a part of what makes Next great. For instance, it is also connected to so many different aspects of your business through the core platform and data cloud that it can break down silos and create orchestration across your sales, service, marketing, data, and other departments, since they all exist in the same place and work together. This includes the capabilities to build with cross-cloud in mind, combining efforts, actions from sales, service, etc., along with Marketing Cloud. And it also brings in the cross or multi-channel marketing using tools like Flow, Agentforce, and Data Cloud. And you also get the hyper-personalized content through Data Cloud and Salesforce personalization. Then with Data Cloud, you get things like unified audiences and reporting, and adding in marketing intelligence also gives a boost to your reporting analytics. Now, there is so much to say about Next, which is why in about 2 weeks, I'll be leading a whole session going much deeper into it. For now, though, I'm actually going to pass it across to Amanda.
Thanks, Greg. All right. So now that we've learned exactly what this Marketing Cloud Next is, how we got here, we all need to sort of focus on what the future means as far as our education, as far as learning what's next. I feel like we keep using next. Next slide. So for the next gen marketer, there are some key foundation items. Everyone's not going to be approaching these steps in a chronological order. That's fine. For those that are totally new, these steps in order make sense. So first off, having a foundation of what marketing best practice and methods would definitely be step one, getting into this. Step two is understanding the Salesforce platform. I personally come from marketing cloud engagement, so I'm like step two, teetering into step three, right? I'm getting my feet wet also with data cloud because that's very important. That's where data is going to be living in the future. Step four is getting pretty advanced, right? We're getting into how Agentforce works. The end user is going to be using a lot of Agentforce, but I suspect a lot of folks on the call here today really need to understand how Agentforce works. Next slide, please. So for most of us, we're going to be sort of choosing our own adventure, right? The steps that I listed before, that's a lot of new individuals that are going to be either new to the ecosystem or maybe even to digital marketing, period. We gathered a bunch of official Salesforce resources, ranging anywhere from like a generalized overview, getting specialized, getting into actual elements. You notice that Flow Builder is there twice. You're going to want to get deep into Flow Builder, right? Even if you understand Flow Builder from core, there are marketing cloud elements that are new to Flow Builder. That is our new journey builder if you're coming from engagement like I am. As you work through Flow Builder, you're also going to want to work with Data Cloud very closely, as I mentioned before. The most important item to kind of like in that mid-level, the specialized tier, the most important item is understanding identity resolution and how it works in Data Cloud. That's going to be a key sort of foundational item before you can even get your hands around how to segment, if you will, with Data Cloud. I'm using very generalized terms there. Data Cloud does have its own terminology, so develop an understanding of Data Cloud. Next up again is that Agentforce, right? So I have it in specialized because there is like a forward-facing for agents and AI within Marketing Cloud Next, but then when you get in depth, there's that actually building of an agent. So there's a lot of levels to this, right? And different levels of understanding that you'll sort of want to kind of go down this adventure path. And some of you might, again, be starting with specialized or jump all the way to in depth, right? You've got a good handle on what exactly Next is and the key components going into it. For everyone, make sure that you're paying attention to releases. Those happen 3 times a year. And there's just a lot coming as this platform is developed out, right? It's not entirely ready for every use case in every scenario, but there's a lot coming that will really start beefing it up. Next slide, please. And just to reiterate for anyone that came late, you'll have a PDF of the slides, clickable links, so don't worry about that today. Jenna, off to you.
So thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that lead in. Just to reiterate what Amanda said, I come from a different perspective, so I'm going to like back up what she said just a little bit here. I'm mostly data and come from the data end. So Data Cloud kind of works naturally to me. And this is the identity resolution piece works a lot like other identity resolution programs you've probably worked with in the past and processes you've worked with in the past. So if you're coming from that end of it, you'll have a leg up on that side, but you might need to like refresh on how to do some of the marketing side of things, because this is a new experience and there's a lot of learning for everybody. So it's going to be a fun experience and enjoy it. Is my mic? Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I just saw
Right.
someone said mic.
No
I wasn't sure if you guys could hear me or not. I know my audio is kind of messed up sometimes. And to aid you in your learning and your experience, we've given you some resources to go to here. So there's a bunch of resources on these next few slides that are all for you. And on the slide before that, I'll link to Salesforce documents and resources. Some of these are Salesforce sponsored resources that you'll find here, like the first LinkedIn link at the bottom there is a Salesforce run page. But there are lots of resources available for you across the entire ecosystem, and I only included a few of them here. So to start out with, do check up on the series that have already been produced on YouTube. There's quite a few next videos that you can follow if video is your preferred learning content. Also, the Agentic Marketer resource and Slack group is a great community to learn about everything AI and agentic marketing. And agentic marketing is a lot of fun, guys. Adopt AI, have a lot of fun with it. AI is so useful, and building out your own agents, while can be a challenge, is also very rewarding whenever you get them to work and do what you want them to do. So have fun with it. The next link, I am going to mispronounce his name, but can you jump in? Is it?
Yeah, I call him Nobuyuki Watanabe. Yeah,
Thank you.
He's a great. Yeah, it's in LinkedIn and Medium. He's always you can tell he's on the trenches, always sharing great resources with Marketing Cloud Growth Advanced and now all the other products.
Yeah, his site is fabulous, loaded with lots of resources for you and cutting edge resources, and very easy to understand, very easy to follow. So that's a great resource for you. Salesforce Ben is another great resource because, again, this is Marketing Cloud on Core, these next products for you and your team. You're going to need to learn some core. If you're not already in the core mix, you're going to need to learn some CRM and some core concepts and functionality, including all the Flow products and the advances made to Flow within the past few years. And Salesforce Ben is a great resource for that. They're also coming out with some great articles on Salesforce Next and agentic marketing. I think Lucy, I'm going to shout out to you I don't know if you're on the call or not, but there's some great articles that you've written here. Reddit is a great resource, guys. Okay, you have to weed through some of the convos on Reddit. Reddit can be slightly abysmal at times. So just keep your head high. Remember, you're in this for yourself. Don't listen to a lot of the chatter, because it's pure speculation and no one really knows what's going on unless you're coming to series like these that are hosted and presented by Salesforce. But it's also a great resource for you to find, folks to reach out to if you're not finding them in other areas. And of course, LinkedIn. We all know LinkedIn, tried and true, been around forever. A lot of people like to post what they're working on Next there and share what they're working on. So that's another great resource for you. All right, Peter, can you go to the next one, please, sir? All right. And then, of course, How to SFMC had to throw us out there. Please join us. We've got like 2,000 members around the globe now. So, and there's daily conversation, always cutting edge, always fun and cheeky. So come and join us and chat with us about everything that's going on. And you can learn from your peers and get involved with events like these if you want to join us for some of these. And then, of course, your Trailblazer community group, including the Cleveland group that Tom and Peter run. Please join a community group near you or join one of the virtual groups if you don't have access to one in your area. There's a lot of great content out there produced by our community. Moment Marketer community is also a great resource for you. I believe that's a LinkedIn link. Amanda, I think you put that one in there. No? Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to call you out. I'm not sure who put that one in there. So if you guys want to speak more to that, you can. Okay. And then I am a moment marketer. Amanda's a moment marketer. If you're a marketing champion, you're a moment marketer. If you're on this call, you're probably a moment marketer. So that's a community for you as well. But anyway, so Email Geek Slack is another great place. There's an AI channel there called Email AI that people are talking about these next products, Marketing Cloud on Core, and some of the agentic marketing techniques across our industry. So do join that. That's a great resource for all things email, by the way. Also a good job resource. I'd say it compares to LinkedIn. Then WhatsApp. There I found, and so I'm a little bit ignorant for the WhatsApp world. So if you guys have WhatsApp links, please share them with me and share them with our groups here. I did find one WhatsApp community, the Salesforce developer, you know, World Wide Web group. So I don't have any experience with that group, but I'm assuming that they are talking all things Salesforce, including these next products and the umbrella of products that are coming out here. Lifecycle Luminaries is a new Slack group that was just formed. It's mostly around AI and agentic marketing, but it's across the board, Salesforce inclusive. And then marketing operations professionals is another generalist marketing community. It's all things digital marketing, including AI. So I do recommend joining these channels and getting out in your community. There's a lot more out there. If you guys start to get involved and start to get to know some of the folks in these communities, you're going to find a lot more Slack groups. I probably could have added another 10 to 15 here just based on marketing and regional areas and things like that. So there's a lot of resources available for you, and there's a lot that's going to be coming. Yep. Thank you. And of course, we want you here too, because the best place for you to become an expert on Marketing Cloud Next is going to be here. And we want your whole team to come. So remember, it takes a team to really gain the expertise needed on Marketing Cloud Next. I know there was some chatter at the beginning of the hour about how Greg, Amanda, and I all worked at DEG / Merkle. And, you know, we've founded How to SFMC together, and we're still at it, even though we've all we're all in different places now, you know? Yeah, you know, what I was getting at here is it takes a team. None of us are experts across the entire MCE platform. Like Amanda said earlier, she comes from MCE. We all come from MCE. I come from data before I was in MCE, but we all have complementary skill sets, and it took us as a team working together to build this content and to gain the expertise needed to be able to share it with you. So it takes a team to really handle everything the next umbrella of products has to offer for your business. And this is the place to learn it. The next session that we're going to be talking about is marketing strategy concepts and how we're going to shift them over from, or not just shift them over, but how they apply to the next products, what you're doing now versus what can be in the future. And some of that agentic marketing concepts we're going to be talking about, or Julie Marquez is going to be talking about on September 17th at 11. So join us then, and join us for the next sessions. We are going to be releasing some content after the exciting news that's going to be coming out at Dreamforce. So remember to come back here and learn all about what's happening in the next environment.
Awesome. Thank you, Jenna. Yeah, and thank you so much for all the resources and the words of encouragement and excitement. I think, you know, just consider, you know, this is our kickoff. Is, you know, we want to introduce you to a little bit what this session is about. You know, Greg walk us through what Marketing Cloud Next mean, but the intention for the following sessions is to touch on a little bit more in a deeper dive on each of the components that make, you know, Marketing Cloud Next. We're gonna have actual, you know, demos, you know, of a product as much as we can like show what we have available. We're gonna be able to show you. You know, the intention is to like try to make it very tailored towards like each of a specific topic. So, you know, Julie is gonna talk. We're gonna step back a little bit from the day-to-day technology, and let's talk about what does it mean to be a marketer. You know, so that's gonna come next week. Then Greg is gonna walk us through, you know, a little more deeper dive Marketing Cloud Next and all these capabilities. I don't wanna I don't want to put Greg on the spot. I don't know if we're going to have a demo or not. Maybe we're going to say yes, he's going to have a demo, and then Greg's going to give us a demo. But we want to show a little more. This was more like an intro to everything. And again, there is so much content already out there that we want to try to get you oriented. And then we're going to go into other things that are very important to know, as you become a next-gen marketer, like Flow, Data Cloud. Always make a joke. There is a checkbox that says enable Data Cloud when you turn on Marketing Cloud Advanced, for example. What does it mean? What does it do? We want to dive deeper into that. Agentforce. We're going to take a little stop there and go to Dreamforce. And when we come back from Dreamforce, we'll be ready to tell you all about it. That was announced at Dreamforce. And then we're going to close out with Amanda and Erin talking about how do you really translate those current skill sets, that you have today into the MC Next stack, and then an AM panel. And this will not be the only sessions. We'll probably add more because, again, like Greg was saying, MC Next is not a product. It's more like a family of products that come together, an ecosystem of products that includes Marketing Cloud Advanced. It includes Data Cloud. It includes Agentforce, but it also includes Salesforce personalization. It includes Salesforce intelligence. So we're gonna try to add more sessions around that topic, so you are kind of covering all the umbrella of the MC Next ecosystem. So with that, we're gonna go over Q&A. So you can put your questions in the chat. I don't know if we want to read some of them. We can read a couple of them.
Yeah, I've started a document for all of the questions so far, but I think we should probably start with, I think Greg explained to Juliana about the umbrella, about growth and advanced. Is it worth completing the existing SSMC trailhead if it's going to change to Marketing Cloud next? Yes, it is. Okay, Marketing Cloud and Pardot are not going away. Accounts engagement and engagement are going to be here to stay. It's worth doing them all. So are any orgs available for Marketing Cloud next? Any trail orgs available for Marketing Cloud?
To that other question too, I wanted to kind of add a little bit to that as well. So yes, those absolutely are, like Jenna was saying, those products are going to be around, but it's down to your focus as well, because again, those products aren't where the focus of Salesforce is going to be for the future. So if you're looking to jump in from the beginning, yes, those are great products. They've been around for a long time. There's a lot of great things, but it might be a better overall learning experience to jump into the next step instead of trying to learn those. Now, if there's a job opportunity for for those, absolutely take that. But as a very much beginner, that will probably give you a much longer term success than trying to jump into the other tools at the same time.
Yeah, I think it might depend on the situation you're at too. Like if you are a company that is using the current Marketing Cloud engagements, there's gonna be quite some time until that and the company, to your point, Greg, might not choose to migrate to Marketing Cloud Advanced. So it might depend also on the situation where you're at, but if you are starting from scratch, building a career, that might be different. Yeah.
Start with the advanced stuff if you're just starting out. Thank you guys for jumping in there, but honestly, it depends on what your business is doing too. So the next products aren't going to be a good fit for every business. Marketing Cloud engagement will be.
There's a question here. Is I'm a beginner. Again, kind of similar, but this one is like I'm a beginner, right? I'm a beginner. What should I start learning? Marketing on Core or other FMC products, and that's kind of like the situation that where you are at, right? If you're just beginning, maybe start going through, like, I wouldn't even say like the marketing on core. I mean, there are trackers that cover marketing in general, and then maybe getting more into like the data cloud, and maybe even like more the core platform, right? I mean, maybe that might be a question for Amanda that covered that section.
Yeah, totally agree. Focus on the core platform, focus on data cloud. And to Greg's point, like you can study for older marketing cloud that's marketing cloud engagement, that product isn't going anywhere. But if you're trying to newly get into the ecosystem, and trying to get a job as a result of that, you may want to look more heavily at Next. Sorry, just to kind of, I saw another question. It sort of piggybacks, right? So are folks going to be able to have engagement in the future? Yes, caveat, some licenses will be pushed at renewal time to look at Next. That's where the future of Marketing Cloud is, to be clear. While engagement, part of all of that is not going anywhere, it'll probably take a very long time to get absolutely everyone onto the new platform. Next is heavily recommended by Salesforce. And as that feature parity grows, it frankly is just where the future is.
Yeah. And to add on there too, with the push to Next, there's actually a half step between, which was mentioned with the plus SKUs. So with those, and I also saw another question here that I'm tying in. So we're answering a bunch of questions instead of one little segue loop. It's great. But so the plus SKUs are essentially, you get what you're currently doing with engagement, with Ardot, with Marketing Cloud Intelligence, Marketing Cloud Personalization. You continue doing what you're doing, but you also then get the access to the new tools, whether it's the Marketing Cloud Core, whether it's Marketing Intelligence, Salesforce Personalization. Now, second question comes in: is there an added cost to that because it's additional licensing? And the answer is caveated a few different ways. Technically, yes, because you're getting the Salesforce licensing, but it's like Amanda was saying, it's during renewal time, it's during creating a new contract, anything along those lines. So there's negotiation that can happen. I don't want to guarantee you can negotiate it. I do not work for Salesforce. That is not my. But there's always negotiation abilities there that can be had to help with that situation as you embrace the new. The other thing to note though is the stuff on Next, the Encore with Data Cloud and all that. It is more consumptive based pricing model. So if you don't use it, it's not really going to cost you anything. You can take your time and build it slow. You can build it small to test it out and figure it out, and not have to go, oh, I'm paying $1 million for this product. I'm using it for two things. Like there's no flat cost like that up front that forces you to initially begin into it. You can start slow without losing value or cost.
Which honestly makes it a good platform to learn on for beginners, because it will be more accessible to you than learning on Marketing Cloud. Marketing Cloud historically has not been the easiest platform for beginners to enter onto. Marketing Cloud, guys, help me over the E. MCE has not been the easiest cloud to learn on, just because there's not been a sandbox available to you. You kind of had to learn on the job. With the growth products, the cost will be more affordable for you if you're just entering out. If you do want to spin up like a sandbox type environment, I'm not saying that there will be sandboxes. I'm just saying it will be more cost effective for folks that are just starting out and learning because of the consumption model, like Greg was just talking about.
There are questions. I've seen a few questions around demo accounts, sandboxes. How can I get, learning, like the marketing, there is development orgs for a lot of the things right now. You can get the development orgs for obviously Learning Core, Learning Flow, Learning Data Cloud, Agentforce, right? Again, I think I put a note there with every, there is a lot of focus as Salesforce is putting on getting this next generation of marketing products, further and further. We don't have that information. We don't have dates, but as they continue to add features, potentially the hope will be that there will be demos, for this. But today there is not. Now, if you are a professional organization that you are part of a Salesforce partner program, you might have other resources that you might have access to, demos and whatnot, that are somewhat limited but allow you to learn. But I'm sure, with time, there's going to be more opportunities for people that are starting to learn this new technology, will have opportunity to learn with hands-on experience.
And to that point, there's a lot of questions coming in around trails and certifications. There are already trails available for data cloud personalization. Help me out with some of the other umbrella products, guys, but there are already a lot of these already have certifications and trails on Trailhead around them for you to learn and you to get these certifications. I'm sure Marketing Cloud will be coming out with an overarching next certification, kind of like the old partner accreditation, the cross. I have that one, and I forgot what it's called, the cross marketer partner accreditation.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be coming out with a certification that's similar to that for the next products. Once everything is, once a few more advancements are made to these products, but you can already find agentic marketing and Agentforce trails on Trailhead. And there are already certifications around Agentforce, Data Cloud, MCP, and quite a few of these products that are under the next umbrella.
Absolutely. If you reference back on the slides, again, those will be sent out. My slide in particular that I had the choose your own adventure, right? Those are all things that are available today to learn. And not all of them are labeled Marketing Cloud Next, right? Because they're the elements within Marketing Cloud Next. So definitely explore that and the trails on that slide.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for all the questions and the engagement. I think, there's probably questions that will come up on the next sessions that we can talk through, and then we'll try to compile all these questions and in a document and share it throughout the sessions. Like I said, don't miss. You'll receive an email. All of you who attended, you'll receive an email with the resources, the deck as well as a recording, and I'll include the link to the next session by Julie next week. You can't really miss out. We'll start with kind of like stepping back and the fundamentals of marketing, which is really important. I feel like with the advancement of technology, we tend to focus a lot on the tech, but we need to say what makes a good marketer, and I think it's the thinking and the strategy behind that. So it's going to be a great session. So with that, thank you all for attending today. And we'll see you next week.